I think my neighbor just got the largest item you can have shipped from Amazon. An upset little patient after a visit to the dentist, 1920s. Liar. Does anyone else get the random urge to get your life together in the middle of the night? Yeah, it usually wears off by the morning. Detroit driver arrested after successfully jumping over drawbridge. If you look closely, you can see the pain in his eyes. Man who robbed a bank to escape his wife is sentenced to house arrest. My favorite hobby is tagging complete strangers in relatable content. Lol, this is so us. I don't even know you. When a woman is attracted to a man, she speaks in a higher pitch than normal. That explains why every girl I talk to sounds like Batman. FaceTiming my oven so I can see when my garlic bread is done. A divorced couple dividing their Beanie Baby collection in court. My neighbor has a mini donkey that will chase you up the driveway until you scratch his head. I ordered a pineapple pizza from an authentic Italian restaurant, and this is what I got. Taught my grandpa the word selfie today. He showed me this picture of himself from 1947. No one has been more deprived of getting that nut than this guy. I went to this bar that used the fake IDs that they took to make their tables. This dude hopped out of his car to push an old man whose scooter broke down in the rain. Finally got a couch for the new apartment. My friends were pretty excited. Giant amethyst geode from Uruguay. No, that's a magic rock that has outer space in it. An airplane Karen accused me of cheating on my wife because she saw me texting "I love you" to our daughter. My mom ordered nothing for dessert, so they gave her a plate with nothing written in chocolate syrup on it. I've got a cool idea. We will tell a story. Everyone adds one word. I begin. The end. Sometimes when people don't buy tickets at the theater, my boss lets me play GTA 5 on the big screen. You ever spell a word so wrong, even autocorrect is like, "No bro, you're on your own." A gravestone commissioned by a widow to express her eternal and unbound love for her deceased husband. What if I made my husband's grave about me? You can't expect me to believe there is a race of creatures living in well-ordered homes who spend all day making candy while their evil counterpart hides out in a menacing fortress that only causes destruction. So, coworker received some flowers this morning from a random person. She told her man about it, and her man acted quick. Toss them weak-ass flowers. I would like my rats to grow up with positive role models, so we watched Ratatouille together. Gravy was really into it. One time in 7th grade, I was having unbearable intestinal pain. Like, I could not move at all and it hurt so bad. So I went to the nurse and she sent me home, and the second I got home, I farted for legitimately 45 seconds and all of the pain disappeared. A deeply touching story. We ran out of toilet paper and asked our downstairs neighbor if we could borrow some. This is how it arrived. I could be the person writing one-time verification codes. Comes naturally to me. They look so good. The Korean taco place we got takeout from gave us a roll of toilet paper with our meal. This girl blocked me because I told her she's Michael Jackson reincarnated. This is a fridge. You put your stuff in the gel and it keeps it cool. Then you just reach in and take it out. The gel automatically reforms. What happens if someone falls in? Then they freeze and 1,000 years pass and they fall out and get a cyclops for a girlfriend. Buffins, winner of the title, cat with the most appealing expression in 1958. Up until 2013, Pizza Hut was the largest buyer of kale in the US. It's 2 a.m. and I have finally finished the schwal that I have been working on to wear to Easter breakfast, which is at 10 a.m. That's cool. I just thought this was a table wearing underwear. I'm so desensitized to messed up stuff that a pumpkin with a scary face carved into it is just normal to me. My dad wanted to celebrate 420 and came over with a luggage cart full of wings. Proof that people will argue over anything. Here's a cup of water. First person to eat a banana. This is not good. First person to peel a banana. Dude, guess what? I hate driving behind school buses because I know the cool kids in the back are making fun of me. You know that feeling of anxiety as you're about to walk past the security sensors on your way out of a store and you think, OMG, I knew my girlfriend was going to dump me, so I set up a profile called Add Profile on her Netflix account, and 3 years later, I'm still watching. A homeless guy came up to me while I was shooting my brother and asked me for a couple of photos. Where do TV shows get the idea that high school is a constant drama? Nothing even happened to me in high school. I am now remembering that my school got a Slurpee machine and then had to get rid of it 2 weeks later after someone poured toxic chemicals into it that they stole from the science lab in an attempt to poison the entire cheerleading squad. So like, maybe I was just boring. You know when you live in a bad neighborhood, when Pizza Hut is more secure than the bank. Look how Dr. Doofenshmirtz had a messed up childhood, but did not project his trauma onto his daughter. He's projecting it onto a platypus. My grandma promised me Converse. Not what I expected, and not disappointed. My son is not a fan of showing his work. Find 6 + 1, show your work. 6 + 1 = 7, because I know. Cheating on my husband made me a better mother. I feel inferior to my son's friends' parents because they're rich and unmarried and I'm poor and divorced. The US men curling team looks like a group of dads that were just trying to get away from their families for the weekend, but somehow ended up competing in the Olympics. 13 years later, I'm realizing Jack's ability is Jack of all trades, son of a gun. Bruh, wait, if their names are puns on their power, then Violet is ultraviolet, which means invisible to the human eye. Shut up, 13 years. You are going to flip your shit when I tell you about Dash. A man walks into a zoo. The only animal in the entire zoo is a dog. It's a Shih Tzu. This is literally my favorite joke ever. So my friend's vet has a comfort dog assistant that helps sick patients know that everything will be alright. Redditor asks the forbidden question: if there's toxic masculinity, then what's toxic femininity? He got the perfect answer. Burger King is offering a 1-cent Whopper through their mobile app if you unlock the coupon while at McDonald's. Unlock by going near a McDonald's. Why does the Burger King app have quests? Americans genuinely believe they have better food than France. They really believe it. It's truly extraordinary. The French had 1,000 years and failed to produce a single Big Mac. We did it in less than 200. Just a shark in a parking lot in Florida. I was today years old when I found out Andrew Garfield's grandfather is the man who created the Garfield comic, and it was based on Andrew's childhood cat named Lasagna. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. None of this is true. Obsessed with Taiwan's down-to-earth Halloween party, where you only dress up as normal people in everyday situations. This is the woman looking for a seat at food court. I emailed my professor and meant to say, I am worried. I don't understand some material on the next test, but I accidentally sent this. Help me. How can psychology majors be depressed? Like, bro, just look at your notes. Japanese artist creates salaryman erasers that slowly turn into an old, bald man as you use them. My mother handed me 20 pounds. Take your brother to see a movie for his birthday. Keep him out until 2 while your father and I set up his surprise party. That was the day I realized my brother was the favorite twin. In 1959, a coffee maker was an optional extra in Volkswagen's car. See, I would get this. This seems cool. Are you winning, son? No, dad, but this teammate I'm playing with online is very nice and is giving me tips on how to improve. Adults think children become more disrespectful as they age, when really we just slowly feel that we are mature enough to express our own feelings and concerns. I don't know why, but he looks like one of those mummies that they find intact in ice after 5,000 years. I just saw a guy at Walmart and he looked like Morgan Freeman, and he caught me looking at him and he pointed at me and said, I'm not Morgan Freeman. My FedEx delivery guy is stepping up his game. For a split second, I thought something had gone terribly, biblically wrong with my cat. I work at a summer basketball camp where there is a free dress day. One kid definitely took advantage of it. I want kids, but I don't want to be pregnant or give birth, but I don't want to adopt either because I want them to be mine. Do you see my problem? Basically, you want to be a father. Remember in school, they had kids separated. Honors classes, regular classes, and slow class. See, the problem with Twitter is that they got all of us on here together, and we're not supposed to be. The wheels on the bus go round and round. A French woman walks the streets of Paris, France, with a large baguette and 6 bottles of wine. Girl dinner. In 1859, a man named Thomas Austin released 24 rabbits into the wild for sport hunting in Australia. 70 years, the rabbit population grew to 10 billion. My guide dog in training visited a local school recently, which turned out to be school picture day. Today, they sent me this. Note to self, make a baby and put them in an octopus onesie. My sister on holiday with the kids. They had a few cute towel animals left on the bed during the week, but just came back to this. My barber called me pronoun boy and made me pay extra for my cut, so I checked his website. I wear a ring now, and the arm of men checking me out or talking to me is reduced by 80%. My guy wears a ring, and a bunch of women start checking him out or talking. What the hell is wrong with you women? I knew a single guy in college that would wear a fake wedding ring because it helped him get attention from women. He slept with dozens of women that thought he was cheating on his wife with them. When he told them he was single afterwards, they were all outraged. My daughter and her cousin have always been close. On their first day of kindergarten together, the teacher asked her what side her cousin was on, mum's side or dad's side. My daughter looked at the teacher and confidently stated, she's on my side. The way the entire Coke can fits exactly in this Coke glass. It's 1 a.m. and I had a solid minute where I stared at this and I thought someone had peeled the Coke. My dad just walked in and asked me, what do you get when you cross a joke with a rhetorical question, and left. Next level dad joke. Poor little guy looks like he's saying, you want to leave? Okay. You sure you want me to go? Cause I can stay if you want. I was waiting on the pizza delivery guy to call me to say my pizza is here, and when my phone rang, I accidentally answered with pizza instead of hello, and he replied, yes, this is pizza. I just moved into a new house and the neighbors warned me that wolves often come into the neighborhood. The only known photo of Schrodinger's cat, a A pilot was practicing for the air show in my town and made my day. Thousands of bags of Doritos washed up in the Outer Banks of North Carolina when a ship lost one of its cargo containers. They were apparently still good due to their airtight packaging. In South Korea, some stores package their bananas together in various ripeness stages so you can eat them over several days without them going brown. They call them one-a-day bananas. This is the cleverest thing I think I've ever seen. I used to date a guy who hated my Twitter with a burning passion because it was unintelligent humor. One time he had a mental breakdown and nearly broke up with me because I tweeted egg and I got 200 likes. Me watching my paper straw dissolve into my drink while Kim Kardashian and Taylor Swift fly their private jets from New York to LA for an iced coffee. Are you financially better off than your parents? Are things getting better or worse, objectively speaking, for newer generations? That's a good question. Let me go upstairs and ask them. Someone told me AI had gotten way more convincing, so once again tried to make it generate a man wearing a t-shirt that says Greg on it. This is what my family does for fun. They put firecrackers inside bouncy balls and throw them. They bounce in unpredictable directions and explode in unpredictable places. Brilliant. Almost had a heart attack at work this morning. Apparently this locket I found is meant for the whole squad. You ever use your vacuum sealer for something other than food? I'm sending gifts, so I want them to be compact. Netflix first logo, founded 26 years ago. It's giving antidepressant box logo. The Lord moves in mysterious ways, but you don't have to. Please use your blinkers. When you realize they're starting to secretly gang up on you in a friendly game of Uno. Friendly. Heavy on the quotations. At 33, I'm like an old phone battery. Even when you charge me overnight for 10 hours, by 10 AM, I'm still at 60%. My boss called me into his office today and said he had been sent screenshots of my Twitter posts. Turns out he's a furry. I'm unemployed now. I hope you are all happy. 1500-year-old ceramic Maya figurine with removable helmet. A core aspect of the human condition is loving your little action figures with cool, removable accessories. When I was 6 years old, I kicked a football right into my grandpa's face during a big family barbecue, and his false teeth flew out. He yelped, "Fucking clown bastard," instinctively in front of everyone, and that shit sneaks up on me during meetings and funerals. Pope Francis says dogs can go to heaven. Finally, in 3rd grade, my dog died, and my teacher told me that all dogs go to hell because the Bible said so, and I started crying, so she gave me a detention, and now the Pope says she's wrong. So who's going to hell now? Fuck you, Miss Sarmento. Miss Sarmento is a bitch. Homosexual behavior has been found in over 1500 species. Homophobia is found in only one. Cannibal behavior only found in one. My favorite kid I ever taught when I was a swimming teacher was this 4-year-old Italian boy. One time he sneezed and nobody said anything, so he just went, "What? No bless yous for Giacomo." My roommate and I quote this all the time, but the name keeps warping more and more every time. No dinner for Gabriel, no shower for John the Baptist, no gas station for Slurpee the Public order crime, failed to obey police, and resisting officer without violence. This woman allegedly saw another woman getting arrested for selling flowers on the side of the road and pulled over to give her $20, which led to her arrest as well. Imagine a doctor driving by an apple orchard and hissing aggressively at it like a vampire. An apple farmer and a garlic farmer team up to fight their mutual nemesis, a vampire doctor, Dr. Acula. Download an app, register as a user, load your credit card information, and scroll through 7 pages of questions to avoid saying, "1 large pepperoni pizza please," into a phone. 2 more days of inking and this book is in the can. Bro is still making this. Blink twice if they're forcing you to do this. Bro is, someone spilled their Dunkin' Donuts coffee in the school lobby. So this kid got out his uniform and started directing traffic around it, saying, "Ma'am, watch out, this is a Dunkin' Donuts matter." My best friend took the day off after Labor Day because she knew she would be hungover. The photo my DoorDasher took of me this morning. Lol. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is your hangover? Yes. Hi Carter, we at Oreo love this tweet. Can we have your permission to use it on our socials? That tweet. Please stop changing the Google logo so much. I like the original one. Mom, I don't change the logo. Google changes it. On my computer, you don't run Google. British novel, let's go to a party and find a wife. German novel, let's go to the wilderness and find ourselves. Russian novel, let's go to the depths of despair and then find out there is an even deeper level of despair we did not even know about and go there. Everyone hates Karens until there's one on the same delayed flight and all of a sudden we're getting a $200 voucher. If you're single, go travel. Just go. Don't waste time on your career like I did in my 20s. People say go travel, like when you get to the airport, you can pay with your birth certificate. 25-year-old bear emerges from hibernation. This was considered comically obese in 1990. I made an old lady blush today at work because she ordered 2 seen your coffees, and I said, Senior, I'm sorry miss, I'm going to have to ask to see some ID. And she covered her mouth and went, oh dear me, and I couldn't stop laughing. You, my friend, are a really sweet person. Russian geography teacher couldn't find projector, so in his head, drew a world map. My dog can't see me lying down, so he stacks one paw straight up, so I can still interact with him. This boy at Target asked me if I wanted to hold his hand, because his ex-girlfriend just walked in with a new guy. So naturally I felt bad and held his hand while strolling around in Target. Then it dawned on me, with no other couple in sight, that was the best pickup line ever pulled. When the air gets crispier and the days get shorter and the bugs go back to hell where they belong, I looked out my window to see a snow-nado in the mountains. Fuck this. Mike Tyson squares off against his toughest opponent yet. I don't like this phase in life where I Google a celebrity and they are younger than me. So my name is Joey White and I'm a very pasty, pale British white guy at uni overseas. So I was introducing myself and this guy from Nigeria goes, hi, I'm Joseph. So I said, I'm Joseph too, Joseph White. Then he looked at me in the eye and said in a dead, serious tone, I'm Joseph Brown. When we nearly died, the youngest person in this house is 21. This just ruined my day, so you have to see it too. My son just texted me this. I am going to be sick. What time and place was I born? Stay away from that girl. Hey, it's Mason. Cute boy from bar you didn't want to dance with even though you liked him. What the fuck? This has to be fake, right? Me leaving the 18 to 24 age bracket. Samurai hairstyle in anime versus back then. Yeah, I was curious, so I actually looked this up. It's so they don't overheat with the helmet on, and so it fits better. You look like John Wick if you decided to get a cat instead of a dog. When I'm eating McDonald's and the food is made right and actually tastes edible, so I know they got the high schoolers grinding to get a new car and an iPhone 15 on the grill. Bought a mug online and my bird seems extremely skeptical. Andre the Giant took world's biggest poop on plane that left cabin puking. Yeah, I'm not going into description with this. Things strict parents think they're teaching you, how to behave, what they're actually teaching you, how to listen for footsteps, how to appear busy, how to manipulate someone into calming down, how to lie on the spot. Why don't Uber drivers book themselves and then they get paid to go anywhere? Infinite money glitch. It would be cool if after you died you could see the top 5 times you almost died. What a great idea. Please don't talk to me. I have no self-control and will talk to you for 2 hours and get no work done. Young actor who quietly passed away this year. I wish. Lol. Yada yada blah blah blah. One time I was 17, my cardio declined on a McFlurry. How is Ruth? We split up, mate. Oh no, so you're ruthless. How long have you been waiting to crack that one? I would rather not say. Stop DMing my girl. Who's your girl? Why does that matter? Because I DM'd Beyonce last night and I was really hoping this was Jay-Z. I'd seriously stop, but that made me laugh. Stop. When did you realize he loved you? Let's get some positive stories going. We got into an argument and I yelled at him loud. He then said, I'm in love with you and one day I want to marry you and have kids. So you're going to have to find a way to communicate your emotions without yelling because I'm not going to have us arguing in front of our kids. Things I do, things that make money, things I'm good at, things I like to do. No one. Back of an organic snack label. We love what we do. We are a family. I knew when my kid started pooping blood in 2008, we needed to create the best organic GMO-free pretzel wedges you've ever tasted. So that's what we did. For you. Eat with a smile, please. Yo, they looking for you outside. I bit a kid. For date night, my boyfriend and I each brought something to the table, to Target, and bought our favorite snack, and my boyfriend built us a fort en route to seriously mess someone's wall up. I used to date a guy who was 6'4", and I'm 5'2", and one time we were arguing, and he took a picture of me from his eye level to show me what I looked like from his perspective, and honestly, that was so disrespectful. When my grandma died, we, as a family, made the mistake of thinking a 70-plus-year-old man did not need anyone at that point in his life. Long story short, my uncle will be turning 19 soon. My next $1 million idea, reluctant exercise videos with people who aren't perky. Just 5 more, I know. I kind of want to die right now too, but let's just power through it. Okay, new yoga pose. It's going to ache like a bastard until your hamstrings release. I'm not gonna lie. Stretch a little deeper. It's okay to yell fuck at any point. I won't tell anyone. In the 80s, a medical alert company aired a series of commercials depicting the elderly using their device to call for help. One of the women said, I've fallen and I can't get up. And an entire generation decided, yes, this is the comedy catchphrase first. Yeah, I'm not using this joke. Your mom is so ugly. When she in Ohio, everyone run. I'm not reading this. Sorry. I don't know anything about his politics, but the CEO of Arizona Iced Tea has kept them 23 Oz cans at 99 cents through 2 recessions. I'll vote for him if he runs. The Costco founder who threatened the CEO if he dared to change the hot dog price, maybe. If a beautiful woman disagrees with me, I will immediately change my views. I have no principles. Thanks. Well, maybe you should have principles. You're right, maybe I should. An old white dude in Taco Bell saw me wearing my Walmart vest and gave me a speech about how I need to quit retail and get a real job so I could one day get a car like that, and pointed at my own car. For everyone that asked, I just said, "You're right," and then got in my car and drove away. My phone battery drained 15% and is now burning hot because I scrolled through Tumblr to try and find this. I once pretended to have a psychotic episode and smashed a MacBook with a bat to keep my brother and his fiance from stumbling across pictures I photoshopped of her giving birth to me. One time when I was 11, my dad took me to an Italian restaurant and the waiter asked what my name was, and I said, "Sam, but you can call me Captain Ravioli." And my dad just looked at me and said, "What the fuck was that? Don't do that." And I've been chasing that high ever since. Glowing hot metal is such a touchable shade of orange. I'm a welder, and let me tell you this does not go away if you're around a lot of hot metal. It actually gets worse. Me, my hot water doesn't work. Landlord, not our domain. Fire lord, not mine. Me, what? Water lord, rising out of the sink. Who dares disrupt the mighty water lord, god of the seven seas? I do. My hot water doesn't work. Oh shit, for real. I'll call the plumber. Anime is for losers, and get this off my timeline. Nah, this you lost a relationship because of this app. Talk about a loser. Thanks Discord, thanks. You guys really ruined my relationship with my e-girlfriend. We had an e-date at 3:30 p.m, but your servers were down. I know you losers over there in your office did this just to ruin our friendship. I hope you are all happy for what you have done. What the fuck's your issue, dude? You don't even know how depressed I've been feeling ever since. She was my... this is a troll, has to be. Being a millennial captured in one picture. This highway through Wyoming, nicknamed the Sisters, for the 3 sets of hills that create an optical illusion of the road rising into the sky. As a person who's lived here for 26 years, I am begging you not to romanticize this. It's hell. It's a wind-bound, snow-flurry death trap. Never go there, I beg. It's not your friend. My dad always sneezed at least twice in a row, and I think I inherited the same volume of sneezes, condensed into one, because I'm firing shotgun blasts out of my nostrils. One time I asked my doctor if I should be concerned that sometimes I sneeze so hard that my left arm goes numb, and she just left the room for 5 minutes before coming back like, "I don't know, that's scary." World's most confused fish gets stuck inside a jellyfish. It's every photographer's dream to capture a once-in-a-lifetime photo shot that leaves viewers in total awe. Guys, this dog showed up over an hour ago and hasn't moved or looked away. My dogs would normally bark at anything that moves, but they're hiding in the room and will cry if I try to bring them out. I called animal control and they hung up once I described the dog. What's going on? I was wondering why the pizza had a slice missing, but then I looked at the box. That's pretty strange. I've gotten those pizzas many times and not once has a piece missing like that. Also, I see your pizza cutter is already out. You know what would make this farmer's market way better? My completely unsocialized dog with the personality of grease fire. My roommate broke up with his girlfriend last night at a fancy restaurant and she started crying. Everyone thought he proposed to her and started clapping. Location of every star on a national flag. Density map of stars on national flags. Me vision when I bump on me nogging. America has no bike infrastructure. Yeah, then explain this. This electrical socket has so many bees inside, it's starting to leak honey, as opposed to the normal amount of bees in any given electrical socket. I accidentally zoomed out on my Maps app when looking for a restaurant and it gave me results for lunch in all of North America. Send all the data you have. In medieval times, to acquire such knowledge required some sort of cursed orb or mythical cavern. We have access to incredible lunch wisdom today. Me, 36 female, husband, 41, has some disturbing requests for after he's passed away. This one is really bizarre and I'm sorry ahead of time. My husband of 12 years has had some medical problems recently. The topic about end-of-life plans came up and I asked him if he wanted to be buried. He did not want that, nor did he want to be cremated. My husband wants me to have his skull taken from his body and cleaned. Then he wants that skull to be put on the mantelpiece in the living room. The rest of his body he wants to be sent to those places that makes gems out of bodies, made into 2 blue diamonds. He then wants those gems to be put in the eye sockets of the skull to look like eyes. Then he can watch the family home and be passed down through generations based. When I'm the president of video games, all games will have a adults with busy lives feature. Hi, I've seen you haven't played this game in a month. Here's a reminder of the last things you did and where you need to go next. Press X for a quick tutorial of all the controls you forgot. McDonald's loses EU trademark battle over the Big Mac. Burger King starts trolling them. The full story. There is an Irish restaurant chain called Supermax that has opened around 100 stores in Ireland since 1976. Recently, McDonald's decided that this small restaurant chain that hasn't even made it out of Ireland needs to be taught a lesson and sued them on the basis that Supermax Macs infringes on the Big Mac brand name, which is, of course, absolutely ridiculous. McDonald's ended up losing the case, and because of course they didn't have a case to begin with. As a result, McDonald's lost the rights in the term Big Mac across the entire European Union. So I'm sitting in chemistry and the guy behind me was like, "Hey, Ashley," and I turn around and he's like, "Want a tie?" And I just look at him all confused, and he opens his backpack and it is filled with nothing but neckties, and he says, "White shirt with grey Batman symbol, have this one," and pulls out this skinny grey tie. And long story short, I now have a necktie. Update: I've passed 5 different people who had ties and yelled, "You met the kid too." I have a tie dealer in my school. So doctors apparently have zero sense of humor. Was standing by when the doctor was talking about a patient who was so depressed she couldn't get out of bed. I interjected with, "Girl, same." This was not the right thing to say, and it took me 5 minutes to talk them out of giving me a psych evaluation. Bro, why are you turning down a free psych? The best pranks are the super harmless ones. Like, why would you pull someone's pants down in public, or like put them in danger, or humiliate them, when you can just baffle them by leaving tiny plastic camels all over the house, or taping Bill Cosby's face over every single face in every picture in their house? Last year, the seniors had a band follow the principal for 3 hours. Confuse, don't abuse. My new motto. If you ever meet someone who calls Gatorade flavors the actual name of the flavor, instead of just the color, they are 100% a cop. Yeah, but you gotta specify. Frost Glacier, Freeze, or Cool Blue. You can't just say blue, because there's more than one blue. Blue and light blue. Nice try, officer.